So a very warm welcome and a hearty good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of Disha Kiran, I, Samriddhi Sagar, Bhardwaj, welcome you all and extend a cheery welcome, first of all, to our revered chief guest, a champion par excellence, India's pride and inspiration for millions of people across the globe, a name that suffices everything, Madam MC Mary Kom, our eminent panel of educators, military veterans, and students. And I also welcome our wonderful audience and attendees joining us on Facebook and Zoom, comprising of educators, parents, and children, and our very own team of Disha Kiran. Thank you for joining us for an epic and insightful conversation with MC Mary Kom and Disha Kiran. I will now share the flow of session today for our audience so that they know what comes in which order. So we will begin the session with a welcome note from the co-founder and CEO of Disha Kiran, Dr. Andy Anil, who would then welcome and invite our revered chief guest to share her journey. Post that, we will begin our interaction with MC Mary Kom first with the panel, and then open the floor for questions from our audience on Zoom and Facebook. We shall then have closing comments and thoughts from our chief guest and the team, and then there's a surprise for you all with goodies before we close the event. And therefore, I urge the audience to please share their questions in the Q&A option and queries in the chat from the beginning itself so that we can compile as many questions as we go along and offer it to ma'am on the chief guest panel. So without much ado, let's begin our wonderful afternoon, an epic Sunday afternoon with an engaging video from Disha Kiran and Madam Mary Kom.
Disha Kiran helps every child discover their true interest and passion. I am proud to be a part of Disha Kiran in shaping the future of our children for a better India. Download Disha Kiran app and find your real passion.
So that was the welcome video for all the audience and the panelists joining us. So without much ado, I now welcome Dr. Andy Anil, the founder and CEO of Disha Kiran. He's a visionary leader with more than 3 decades of established leadership credentials in military, academia, and corporate. An alumnus of IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad. He works on a mission mode with a single point focus to help everyone discover themselves. So over to you, Dr. Andy Anil. Please welcome on board.
Thank you, Samriddhi. First of all, a very, very warm welcome to our chief guest, Ms. MC Mary Kom. I cannot express in words my gratitude to Mary ma'am when she accepted our offer to be part of our journey. Mary ma'am has been a personal inspiration to me for so many years. We have grown up watching her and getting inspired by her every day. I don't know from where she gets her strength, from where she gets the drive and the energy. Being a mother, being a wife, being a citizen, you name it, not just a sporting icon. She's not just a sporting icon. And when we got together, Disha Kiran and Mary ma'am, it changed the way we were dealing with our business. I am sometimes, when I associate with Mary ma'am, the word business sounds too trivial and too small, because her mission and her vision for the people of India is so genuine and so strong and so immense. So we got together on this journey with Mary Ma'am. The main purpose of getting together was she's one person who has followed her passion, and that's exactly what Disha Kiran is trying to do. But when we discussed with Ma'am, uh, मैम आपको आपका पैशन कैसे समझ में आया? How did you know that this is your passion? Because we very strongly feel that most of us retire and probably go away from this world without knowing what our passion is. Leave aside following our passion. Knowing our passion is very difficult. So how did you know? So Mary Ma'am told us that for her it was a calling which she got, and she followed what her heart told us. And there were so many obstacles in the course of today's discussion. Mary Ma'am will talk about the obstacles she faced, how she overcame. It was not an easy journey for her. We all see Mary Kom, the six-time world champion, the Padma Vibhushan, the Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Olympic medalist, Asian Game medalist, Commonwealth medalist. But we don't see what has gone into all this to reach where it has reached. I have been very fortunate. Our team has been very fortunate to interact with her, to understand from her what it took for her to follow her passion. But she never quit, no matter what. Now, yesterday we had a discussion with Mary Ma'am, and she was saying that I'm preparing for the Commonwealth and for the Asian Games. I am really surprised, ma'am, how you are able to manage to get so much of passion for everything. And that's the main mantra of how we got together. That Mary Ma'am's zeal to follow passion is out of the world. And when we discuss the idea, what Disha Kiran is doing, we are trying to help every child follow their passion. She was so happy and so forthcoming. So now, without much ado, I know everybody is waiting for Mary Ma'am to speak and tell us. So I'll request Mary Ma'am, आप बताओ हमको, आपने अपना पैशन कैसे डिस्कवर किया? How are you able to overcome all the obstacles, and especially in our country where it is so difficult for women to overcome the challenges? I'll request you to throw some light, because there are a lot of young children watching you today in this discussion who are so inspired by you, who want to know what it took for you to reach where you have reached. So I'll request Mary Ma'am, please tell us her journey.
First of all, thank you so much for having me, especially Disha Kiran. It's very, very similar. Our journey was, and it was, I should say, it was glad and working with Disha Kiran. Thank you once again, especially Army Yokam. Andy, having me, and your patience and your vision. Maybe, of course, I wish that I wish and pray so many child to have these opportunities. This especially this app will be using and knowing for knowing all the knowledge, technology in worldwide. I should say that is I do in my field, that is of course what I follow my patients in sports is, of course, it's very difficult. Even when I started my journey initially, it took to recognize, to acknowledge my achievement. It took so long, especially, and of course I think even in a few year, or in a few months, or in a few year, Disha Kiran also going to be doing accepting or appreciate what you have done for the children, for the kids. Of course, they will really happy for this. And today, I just want to uh, uh, share about my journey. Is of course it's not easy in every field to to achieve in a high level. Every field must be difficult for everyone. Even I also do the same, that in sports, especially boxing, is not a easy game, especially for a girl child, and especially for a woman. It was so tough. I have fought so many challenges in my life, and today, after so many years, I give that effort, struggle, hard work, and because of because of that, only because of my achievement, proof, and I prove myself, especially being a girl, being a mother, being a housewife. So that's the story, begin in my journey. It's not an easy task in every field to reach in the high level. So today I just want to tell you a very very short journey, that is, I took so many challenges in my life. Is first first step was being a girl to took a boxing. It's not a easy task for me as well, even becoming from very humble background. I don't have much support, especially I don't have support from my parents. And to become a champion, it's not easy, but uh, I have fight from my family, especially from my family. And today, I prove myself. Today I'm becoming a champion from my family. And second point was again, of course, become a woman. And of course, one day we are going to marry. Everyone, every girl, everyone, there will be a life, partner, I mean, family, of course. Time for a family also, it's coming, if marriage time, sometimes it's marriage time also coming. And of course, even I also feel that is uh, after the marriage, again I want, that to become a champion. It's not an easy task. My husband and in-laws are not supporting me. Of course, I could not able to achieve what I want. That is very tough, and I'm so lucky, and so lucky to have a good husband, very supportive husband. He always supporting me whatever I want to do in the future. After the marriage was, he will always behind, and he will always supporting me in every step. So that is that also very difficult after the marriage, to become a champion. And so many people are always always waiting. They wait that to uh, what we say, always trying to say someone career, in someone career, to speak very criticize or talking about the negativities. So in my life, that also happened. My neighbor, my friends circle always talking about on me, you are already married, and why should you want to continue, or like, you know, if you're not able to achieve, then there is so many questions to me. But that always I keep in behind. Actually, I doesn't reply on that. Even I don't want to reply also. Just I just focus in my the upcoming any competition, any tournament, whether I don't know, I cannot able to say that again after the merit also I want to becoming a champion or not. That is it's not in my hand as well. But what I believe is, if I train, if I give, if I give some effort, hard work, struggle in my practice, in my training, that definitely I will going to achieve something. That is always I believe on that. If I don't train, if I don't practice, that will be not possible to become a champion, to become a any medal, to win a medal. So I again prove after the merit also. The third, again after having a children, after a birth, actually I have first, I have a twins boy, and again it was so difficult. I should say that is, terrible to come back. And God is so kind, and everyone is, they love me, and they support me. That is the journey of me, and I'm sharing you. If you have any patience in your life, so today I just want to tell you that go ahead, keep fighting, never give up. That one's that is I just give you a message to all of you.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you very much for sharing your journey. And it is so inspiring. We all, I think all of us are getting goosebumps just hearing you share your story in a short time. I know it's a long journey, it's a long story, and it's a tough journey. But you followed your passion like nobody else. There is one magnificent Mary in this world. And we all hope that there are many like you who have this kind of determination, grit, and the belief to follow passion. So now what we'll do in this webinar, I'll now request somebody very special, Dr. Parul, who is a psychologist, who has a PhD in psychology, who has been a founding member of Disha Kiran and has been helping us design all the instruments and the tests and assessments and helping children for a long time. For more than 2 decades, Dr. Parul Kohli has been helping children discover their passion. She is also an eminent, very recognized and renowned mental health counselor. And she is also an army wife. She's donning so many hats at the same time. And so without much ado, I'll request Disha Kiran's Chief Counseling Officer and co-founder, Dr. Parul Kohli, to please take the stage from here and interact with Ms. Mary Kom and also convey your views. So over to Dr. Parul, please.
All present here. Seeing Mary Kom and all of our ardent listeners here, the first thing by Richard Bach: you're never given a wish without also being given the power to fulfill it. I truly believe that each one of us is born with a purpose on this earth. Have you ever given it a thought? We walk into a store full of clothes, different designs, different colors, and there is just one that we choose. And there is this one person over there who helps us to find this particular one cliched piece for us. And that is just perfect for you. Now, there's a thought. The one which is perfect for us or for you is probably totally imperfect for someone else. And yet, it is so perfect that not only you, but even people say it is tailor-made for you. That's exactly how life is also. Each profession, I believe, is tailor-made for each one of us. And it gives me immense pride in saying that that's exactly what we do here at Disha Kiran. Help an individual find a perfect tailor-made profession. Till date, we who have found their purpose, their passion, with the help of our trained and expert counselors through our intricately designed psychometry app, which is a beautiful amalgamation of one's personality, interest, and IQ. Studies have proven that earlier the identification of it all, more fruitful are the results. The ones who find it at the right stage go on to become the likes of Mary Kom. At a very young age, she's the one who found her calling. But then, how many of us really listen to our inner callings at that stage? We're all bogged down by the expectations and the norms of the society. And then land up changing our professions 20 years down the line, disappointed and distressed, when you could have had it all. At Disha Kiran, we endeavor to help every being, especially the children, find their inherent and unrealized personality, especially such that they are not only an asset to themselves, but also an asset to the society, the nation, and the humankind. Our hand-holding mentorship and mental well-being program is distinctively designed and crafted, considering the individual differences. Each child is unique, and thus the individualistic capacities and capabilities of learning and doing, just the way their perceptions are different. They are also different. Hence, we believe in preparing the child for the path and not the path for the child. In short, I will say we ensure कि वो जो भी दिशा ले उसमें किरण, so that they can just carve their own niche in the journey of their life. I would like to quote here in the end by quoting Mary Kom, "My life, my message, nothing is impossible. All I need is passion." Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Andy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Parul, for those words. And when you quoted Mary ma'am, that no matter what, you follow your passion. That's the whole essence of today's webinar. So now I'll request the moderator, Samriddhi, to take the webinar ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Parul, for such insightful conversation and giving us a lot of information about how a child really needs to discover the passion. If we all have that will and power, I think the world would be such a better place, and there would be so many Marys running around in every country, every household. So thank you so much for inspiring us. And now it gives me immense pleasure to welcome the co-founder and the advisor of leading Disha Kiran board, that is Mr. Kulpreet Yadav, who is a defense veteran, a commandant from the Indian Coast Guard. Kulpreet is the product of Naval Officers Academy and has spent 2 decades as an officer in uniform. He has successfully commanded 3 ships in his career. In addition to being a resource person, an actor, and a filmmaker, he's also a celebrated author and has vivid writings. We have won accolades at several literary festivals across the globe. So I now welcome Mr. Kulpreet Yadav on the board of panelists to ask and interact with Madam Mary Kom. Sir, I would request you to switch on your camera. Kulpreet, sir? Okay.
We can go to the next panelist.
Yes, that's, yes. So in the meanwhile that we are having Kulpreet sir to join us and switch on the camera, and you know, always with the virtual thing, we have these little things happening. So the technology aids us, at times it deceives us. So now we move to our next guest of honor on our panelist, and that is Colonel Clarence Beecham. So welcome on board, sir. Colonel Clarence Beecham is a military veteran, an ace pilot, and an established corporate leader. He's an alumnus of IIM Lucknow, and he's the Global Chief Operating Officer at Disha Kiran, and he steers the ship of Disha Kiran with his infectious energy and empathy. So welcome on board, sir.
Thank you, Samriddhi, for those good words. Good afternoon, Mary ma'am. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to have you with us. We thank you for being a part of our journey since we started. For the last 2 decades, you have actually motivated and inspired millions and millions of people with your passion and zeal. And as Dr. Andy had said, and as you had yourself told us your story, you have gone through a lot of hardships in your life. But as they all say, you fall down many times. It is the moment that you stand up and you fight again. And you have taught us that. A lot of questions have been asked in the Dropbox, and one question that resonates with me is there any one particular moment in your life, just one, if there is any? Otherwise, we know your journey of your life. You know, it's been very, very, very consistent, full of hard work, full of passion. But is there any one moment in your life where you discovered that boxing is your passion? Ma'am, your mic is off, I think.
Yeah. Well, how do I explain? You know, it was so difficult. For me, of course, you know, my childhood was, you know, I grew up, and of course, grew up from very humble background, and even I doesn't know anything about sports. Yes, as a child, as a kid, I love to play anywhere, anytime, and I do mostly in my village. Of course, there are so many children playing around, but for me is the time was, you know, very limited. I have to run, uh, run here and there, you know, to help my parent as well. I'm the eldest, but I don't have much time to play around with my friends. But finally, um one day I saw in the television that boxing, you know, the boxing fight. I saw Muhammad Ali fight in the television, and I was so inspired. And of course, in the village was, of course, there are so many boys around. You know, we played together. Mostly girls are they are not playing at all, actually. They are not, you know, they don't have much interest about in, you know, sports. And I am the only girl that I'm the only child. I was playing around with the boys. And of course there comes some, you know, that the story was, when they cheat me, of course I was so angry and fighting to get fighting each other. That start, you know, starting, I think, if I am not wrong, that a journey going to be, you know, start. So at the same time, so the television, and so inspired. I want to, you know, I want to start. I want to step up in this sports career, especially in boxing. So that is I finally I decided and identified to have you know, boxing in my career. And of course, the journey was started in a few months.
Wow, I think that's wonderful, ma'am. Your life is our inspiration. You inspire us in ways that cannot be described in words. So I think if we take every event from your life, we can make a movie out of it. You can inspire millions of children by just stating instances from your life. So thank you so much, Ma'am Mary Kom and Colonel Clarence Beecham, for your wonderful and enchanting conversation. I now welcome on board Mr. Kulpreet. So, sir, he's our military defense veteran. Like I said, he's been the commandant from the Indian Coast Guard, and he's also a product of Naval Officers Academy and has spent 2 decades as an officer in uniform and has successfully commanded 3 ships in his career. In addition to being a wonderful resource person, trainer, actor, and a filmmaker, he's also a celebrated author, and his vivid writings have won several accolades in literary festivals across the globe. So welcome on board, sir, and over to you and Mary, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Samriddhi. Good afternoon to all the listeners. Am I audible?
Yes.
Can I? Yeah, okay,
Yes,
great.
sir.
So, Mary, madam, first of all, good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome for this, for the special webinar session organized by Disha Kiran. It was really a pleasure for me to have interacted. If you remember, I was there last time when we met. And I want to ask you so many questions, so many important questions, but I think looking at the time that we have, I'm just going to restrict myself to 1 or 2. And the question that I had planned actually was about your inspiration during your childhood. What was that, you know, that first spark? Was it an incident? Was it an experience? Or was it someone outside your family? Because parents will keep on saying things to the children, but children don't take seriously what the parents say. So what was that particular incident? I think in some ways you've already answered that question in your talk. But I think the more important question from the context of the children today that I can ask you is the fear of failure. You see, we can motivate our children and we can inspire them. We can find their passion, as Disha Kiran is doing, and we can set them on that path. but there's always going to be fear of failure, and it's always going to be rejection looming large. What we want to understand from a successful sporting, a national icon, international icon like you, how does one find courage to face failure, and how we go on the other side of failure and continue to be on our path?
Thank you, Kulpreet Yadav, for the question. Of course, today I just want to tell you that as a child, to take some, patience in any field, maybe in sports, maybe in this any type of profession. Even today, Disha Kiran has done so many things for the children. Disha Kiran wants to help many children through this app. Educate and technology. So many things already has done for to help so many child across the world. And in my case, of course, as a as a sports person, and in my profession, it was so difficult. That is, parents only, they think that uh, uh, sports must be could not able to give your identity, and of course, because of, I think, my parents, they don't know much about the sports. They are not much aware about in sports as well, and they are so worried for me, especially being a girl. If anything happened to me, incidents, accidentally, so who will take that responsibility? That's the problem I have in my family. In my parents had, they're so concerned about, if I have anything happen to me, then who will respond responsibility for that? So today, even I was convinced. I request many times, not only one time, only 2 times, 3 times, many times. I just want to follow. I want to follow my career in sports, and especially in boxing. So that's the journey has started. If my parents definitely they won't allow me, or restriction so many things, and I think today I could not be able to be a champion, and I could not able to share I could not able to sit in front of you. I could not able to tell you. That is the fact. Actually, life is so uh, uh, life is so difficult. Being of course, being a born from a very humble background, that that hardship, failure, and success, I have to face so many things in my life. Yes, I should say today, because of my parents properly convince, and if I'm could not able to convince properly, nicely, or I will be a failure, and I could not able to success in my life ever. that's what today I'm so happy, so glad. Now so many after me, I mean after so many girl child, they have you know, they follow me, what the journey, and I'm sharing so many times. I never give up in any circumstance. So
Wonderful.
Situation. Yeah.
Very nice, ma'am. I think if
Yeah.
I have to summarize Mary ma'am in one, it would be your passion personified. Your passion personified, like your journey, the struggles that you had to go through, but the support that you got from your family is been really inspiring. So thank you so much for that wonderful question, Mr. Kulpreet Yadav, and thank you, ma'am, for that
thank you.
very, very inspiring conversation. And now, everyone, please join me in welcoming Miss Samina Sheikh, an entrepreneur, writer, publisher, and international student advisor and consultant. She's an educationist with over decades of experience and is the senior consultant for Disha Kiran. I would now request her to please take the torch forward and introduce our eminent panel of educators that we have with us today.
Hello, Mary ma'am.
Hello.
It is a dream come true to be interacting with you today.
So,
I also
thank you,
have this,
Sabina.
I also have this privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed guest panelists. Mrs. Ashita Das, Principal, Lamatnia Girls College, Lucknow. Mrs. Ashita Das is an educationist with more than 23 years of experience. She has worked with the Council of Indian Secondary Certificate Examination, Derek O'Brien and Associates, Hope Initiative, and all departments of Lamatnia Girls College before becoming its principal in 2017. Under her leadership and guidance, Lamatnia Girls College ranks first in the state of Uttar Pradesh and fifth in the country. She is a proud recipient of many awards and accolades. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. We also have with us Dr. Sunita Gandhi, educationist, author, and researcher. She is the founder of City International School, Lucknow. Dr. Sunita Gandhi is a well-known educationist, author, researcher who has done research on different education systems around the world. In addition, she also founded the prestigious City Montessori School in Lucknow. She has a PhD from Cambridge University and a founder, Council of Global Education USA. She has many awards and accolades to her credit. She was also an economist with the World Bank, Washington, D.C. between 1988 and 1998. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. Our next esteemed panelist is Dr. Mala Mehra, the principal of Horner College, Lucknow. Ma'am is also an eminent educator, currently the principal of Horner College, Lucknow. Being deeply interested in research, she went on to do her PhD from Lucknow University in modern Indian history. Being an educationist, she has served as an executive member of the Association of Schools, affiliated to the Indian School Certificate for 2 terms. Pioneer in technologies, first website in Lucknow as early as 2002. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. We also have Mr. Vikas Sharma, Dean Academics, Dr. MPS Group of Institutions. Mr. Sharma is also an educationist with 17 years of experience in computer science and its applications. He has served as the head of Department of Computer Science of Dr. MPS Group of Institutions, contributing to the field of artificial intelligence and web technologies. Under his leadership, he managed to restructure the placement scenario for good before stepping up as the Dean Academics. Experienced professor with key expertise in artificial intelligence and machine language. Thank you so much for joining us today. Dr. Shuminder from Birmingham, United Kingdom. She is an eminent educator as well, an entrepreneur based out of Birmingham, United Kingdom, where she transformed the lives of innumerable children for better future. It's a pleasure to have you on our panel, ma'am, today. Dr. Pankaj Sharma, Senior Research Fellow, National University of Singapore. Dr. Pankaj Sharma is an experienced engineer with a demonstrated history of working in logistics and asset management for more than 2 decades. He is skilled in crisis management, tactical solutions, operations management, team building, and organizational leaderships. May I please request for the profile on the screen? Thank you. A strong engineering professional with a doctorate in philosophy focused in logistics, supply chain management, and maintenance strategy development from the Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi. Currently, he's working as a research fellow at the National University of Singapore. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. And now we have Lieutenant Colonel Shikha Yadav, an engineer, soldier, leader, and a woman of substance. Lieutenant Colonel Shikha is an inspiration to innumerable women and girls who aspire to make a mark for themselves. From the sub-zero icy terrain of Kashmir Valley to the jungles of Northeast, she has left a mark of valor, grit, and leadership for everyone. It's indeed a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you. Dr. Shalini has varied background in international relations, education, media, social activism, politics, entrepreneurship, and law. She is an eminent lawyer, a practicing advocate, and has extensively worked for many social causes. She can save lakes and water bodies, amongst others. She pursued her PhD in international affairs from the acclaimed university. Ma'am, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining us. And now we have Mrs. Rehana Ali Amir, principal of Fairies and Elves Nursery School. She has more than 40 years of experience behind her. She was instrumental in raising the prestigious study hall school of Lucknow. Today, she runs her own dream kindergarten school, Fairies and Elves, along with a parallel school, Diksha, for the underprivileged. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. I now request our esteemed panelists, Mrs. Ashita Das, ma'am. She has a question to ask Mary, ma'am. Over to you, Ashita, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Samina. Thank you so much, Samina. Ma'am, Mary Kom, it is an absolute honor to be meeting you on this platform and to be able to ask you something that is very close to my heart. We here at La Martiniere Girls offer more than 8 different types of sports. And we have a number of girls participate, and many of them even make it to the national level. I do understand that through your life, you have been asked so many questions regarding what motivates you, how you stay motivated, and how you are a motivation to others. But today, my question to you is, could you tell parents, especially that of girl children, how important it is for them to support their daughters, or any advice you would have for parents so that once they hear you, maybe things would change, there would be more girls who would take part in sports. And we all understand the importance of sports, but somewhere I feel as parents, we do fail in this field.
Mary ma'am, you are on mute.
Please unmute yourself.
Thank you for the question. Well, even I am also now a parents, I have 4 kids, and it was difficult for me as well to, advise the parents. But I will, just today I just want to, I just want to request them. That is, of course, we fought so many things in our life, and to pursue everything, what I mean to say is we want to pursue in our life in any field what we want actually. Even I also do the same in my already mentioned before also. It was so difficult for me to uh, uh, to talk with my parents. And of course the parents, they don't understand what we want. If the children's wants to follow any field for their passion, I think this is appeal also, even I should say appeal, or I should say request to the parents, I don't know. But I just want to request all the parents, if our children, our son, daughter, whoever wants to follow their passion, we should motivate them. We should, encourage them. That is request to all the parents. In a good way, we have to always support them. We have to always encourage them in a future. Of course, our children might be, to achieve something for us. They are our property only. So if you want, if we don't support them, I think that will be, uh, that will be so depressed for them also. They don't want, they are not going to do anything what they want in the future, what they have the interest. So we have to support them. We have to motivate them. Yes, go ahead, my son. Go ahead, my, daughter. You do it. You can do it. That is the biggest, supportive from the parents only. So that is not from the others. If we are staying with them, of course, they will achieve what they want in their life. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, ma'am. And I say,
Yeah.
like you said, the parents are the biggest inspiration and support systems. So yes, they are. Thank you so much. Over to you, Samina, ma'am.
Great. So we have so many questions to ask you, and joining us now is Dr. Gandhi.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself, Sunita, ma'am.
Thank you, Samina, and thank you, Disha Kiran. A very, very good afternoon, Mary ma'am. Being in your presence is an incredible inspiration and an enormous blessing. I feel really humbled by your accomplishments, which is the story of grit, fearlessness, and never give up attitude. We can agree that children everywhere need role models, and role models are very few and far between. You are such an amazing blessing, such an amazing role model.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you being there.
Thank you so much.
And what I wanted to ask you is, what 1, 2, or 3 qualities that you feel, that you follow in your own life, and that you feel that the children should imbibe and have in them so that they may become highly successful in their own life? That's my question to you.
Can you please repeat the question one more time?
Sure. Ma'am, she wants that what children should have in themselves to try to become like you. No, I know that's very difficult. So what are the ingredients?
You're a role model, and
To become someone like you.
it's up to you. They want to become like you.
Like me.
What are the things you follow in your life, 1, 2, or 3, that you feel the children should also try to follow?
Yeah. Well, to become like me, of course, I should say that, children are not the same. And many children they have different quality. And even I have four kids, and they have different quality. Today, whoever the children's to become a champion like me, of course, there is so many things, they have to do, they have to follow, and they have to fight. And today I want to tell you that to become a champion is not easy. And once even I also do that. I already become a champion in 2001, and to maintain the level is not easy as well. Or one time become a champion is, I think it's very easy, but to maintain that level, in the top level, it is very difficult. What I have that experience in my life. One time to become champion, every children one day they will become a champion. Okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that, and I think why? Because of, must be they will have experience. First time could not able to they will fall or they will fail or something like, but they should not give up.
Absolutely, ma'am. I think, and that's
I'm telling you, they should not give up. You must try again. If you fall, then again get up. If you fail, then again you try. So I also do the same, try. I never give up when I already could not able to achieve medal first time in my life. My first international is, even I could not able to get the medal also. I was lost in the first match, and that is what I'm doing is, next time I will do harder and harder. That is motivating myself. This is not the first. This is not the. I mean, this is not the end. It's just the beginning. That was always, I think, in any competition and any tournament. So you fight 1,000 times, and you will get a lot of experience, and you will one day you will become a champion. So today,
ma'am, like you said, one doesn't fail when they fall. You fail when you don't get up. So children must get up and practice as long as they want to. I now request Dr. Mala Mehra to be next on panel and present, say something to you.
Very good evening, Mary Kom, madam. I am a huge fan. I'm a principal of a school. I'm also a secretary of the Unaided Private School Associations. But having said that, I feel very small in front of you. And I really am so proud of you, I cannot tell you. And I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, which I recently got at the age of 53. And when I was training for this, because I just got it just 2 months ago, I couldn't do it. It was very difficult. I had come back after a very long time. I just couldn't manage, body's flexibility, not all of that. And, my trainer said to me, he said, ma'am, Mary Kom could do it after she had children. So why can't you? Okay. So you inspired me to finally get my black belt in Taekwondo, which is also my school sport. And I see a lot of, thank you. I see a lot of children very interested in sports, but somehow they don't choose it as a career. And I am very enthusiastic that at least 1 or 2 or 5 of my school children become Olympians. How does one inspire children to take up sporting as a career? That is my question for you.
Oh, well, being a student and to step up and to take as a career in sports is of course we must have all the facility in the school, of course, in the university. So I think some of the not all the children must have interest in sports. I think few of them they will definitely have that interest, and even I also started my sports career from the school only. So I start to play all the sport or all the events in the school, and of course all I got all the position first, and that's give me motivation to me as well. And finally boxing is later on I choose as a profession finally. And today children I think have so many facility even in the school, and I should say that sports is also can make your career if you have that talent, or if you have the quality. You must know that how much you can do in your body. That is you can identify yourself, even though all the teachers must also know that, can identify it also. So even school can have so many you know have or maybe events and all, so you can easily can identify.
Absolutely.
So from that only we identified, as well as if we can guide in a good way, or if we can guide in a proper way, they will become definitely maybe a champion in the future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And keep on shining, ma'am. You are such an inspiration.
Thank you so much, Mala. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mala, and thank you so much, Ma'am Mary Kom, for such insightful. I think today we have a lot of educators who've joined us. So it goes a big, wide message that yes, sports is an integral part of it. And once the virtual classes are over, children would be running in the fields and feeling that passion. So now we have on board squadron leader A.K. Singh, Samina ma'am.
Mr. Vikas Sharma.
Vikas Sharma.
I request you to join in, please.
So I would request you to turn on your video so that, yes, thank you so much.
Am I audible now?
Yes, and I just want to request all our panelists and attendees, participants to keep their questions a little shorter, because we are running a little bit tight on schedule and we have a lot of questions to accommodate. So thank you so much.
First of all, namaste to Mary Kom ma'am.
Thank you.
And all the panelists and all the viewers watching this webinar. I'm also grateful to Team Disha Kiran for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share a platform with none other than marvelous Mary Kom. It's almost kind of a wish, one of the wishes that is getting fulfilled here. hopefully I will get a chance in future to meet in real also, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You are, ma'am, not only the inspiration to billion of Indians, but the whole world, I must say. And you have not just as an athlete, you have excelled. You have excelled as a woman, and as a you have broken so many barriers. That's why you are such a role model for a society. And as the moderator has said, we have a time limitation. I will straight away come to my question, ma'am. Am I audible? Let me once again confirm that.
Yes, yes.
Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I believe there are two kinds of athletes. One who have natural abilities, and one who really train hard and work hard. Right? One who acquire skills naturally, or let's say they are God gifted. Right? And while growing up, you yourself, let's say in your school, you explored many other sports. Like I believe you have 400 meter. You have tried in 400 meter. You have tried volleyball. You have even tried football also. What I have heard. Right. So so what I want to ask is, was you natural athlete, or you have to work hard for all the skills you required to succeed? I'm sure lot of training is required, but where you keep yourself, and how the kids in schools and colleges, let's say, they play all kinds of games. Well, they are in schools, and then when they are in college, they play all kinds of games. How they will identify what is coming natural to them, right? And which sports finally to take as a career, right? I think this is very hard. Even we have gone through laymen like me. We have gone through this. We used to play a lot of sports in the schools, but we couldn't decide which one is good for us, which skills natural to us for some specific sports. So how did you identify that you were made for boxing or other sports you were exploring by in schools were not will require more hard work, or they are natural to you?
Yeah, that is, of course, from my childhood. Yes, every child wants to play in any sports. So even I also try to find I can able to I'm suitable every sport. Yes, I could not able to play football. No, that's not really happened to me. I can suitable any sport, any type of game. And even I also very confused to find my profession for me. And of course, later on, what I was uh, um, I like the most. I like the most. I have already I already mentioned before also. I one day I saw in the television, and at the same time, oh, this would be my my profession. I have to step up on this. I choose on that day actually. So I even I don't know how to go, and how I will start. I live in the village, and in the village there is no any facility, no infra at all. So how do I go? I really don't know. But later on, that is my childhood, and when I grew up, and I start to know, and where is the infrastructure, or where they have all the facility, which area, which place. So I found, and I started in Fall, in my home state.
Wow, that's wonderful, ma'am. Thank you, Vikasa, and thank you, Mary Kom, ma'am. I think we're getting to know so many things from you today that is truly, truly inspiring. We would let you go on because you're so inspiring, but we have a lot of panelists on board. So coming on next, Samina ma'am will announce. I would just request all the panelists to please keep their questions as short and simple as they could be, because there are a lot of people on the audience waiting to ask questions to ma'am. Thank you.
May I now request Dr. Shuminder, who is here all the way from the United Kingdom.
Ma'am, I would request you to start your camera. Yes. Okay.
Hi, Mary Kom. A very warm welcome to you.
Hi.
Or it's a morning time over here. It's a good evening time at your end. And it was an immense pleasure to listen to you live here kind of thing, because I had seen the movie Mary Kom, and I think I was glued to the TV throughout the movie and just listening to your achievements and all that. My only question to you, like I'm sure many of the parents are watching this and they would now start believing that we have to have a complete faith in the dreams and passions of our children and let them do what they want to do as their careers rather than just pushing them for the academic excellence. Or did your parents ever say that, no, okay, it's okay that you're following up your passion for the sports, but at the same time, you should be following the academics also? So did that happen to you, or did they let you just go away with what do you want to do with your life?
Well, it was so difficult, even education and the sports field both together, going at the same time. And even my parents are always more concerned on studying, more concerned in study, of course. Parents, even my children also, I more concerned for their education. And my time, of course, also my parents are more concerned for my education, not in sports. But very difficult even for me. I morning, since morning, I train and come back going school, and again evening come back and again practice training. It was so difficult, but I'm telling you, maybe parents also must know, and even the children also, they must know which one is the best for you. Of course, if you education also, it's very important. You have to go through uh, education is there is no limited at all, and sport is very limited. We can say the age wise, after 35, 40 till 40 must be can continue to play, and after that must be not able, because there will be so many challenges. Young athlete will be coming, and young athlete must be have more energetic and
Oh, 1 minute. Ma'am, your video has turned off. I think we're facing a glitch, technical glitch from ma'am's side. Her internet connectivity is a little disrupted. So she'll just start her video and join audio. So in the meanwhile, I would request my co-host. Okay, ma'am is back. 1 minute. Ma'am, I'll just request you to start your video.
Sorry.
Not a problem, ma'am.
Yeah. Start the video.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, there we have you. All right.
So we should adjust the timing, and both education also important, and if we are very good in sports also, if we can able to able to do or if we can have time for practice, and that also it's very good. We also can in the sports we can make our career as well, not only in education. So I suggest you, if they are very good in education and sport, both, if you are very good, that will be the excellent, of course.
Thank
And
you, ma'am. I think it's the sugar and spice. Like
Yeah,
that will
it
be
is.
sugar and
excellent.
spice feeling that we get with sports and academics. And here at Kids from Madam Mary Kom, she says
They must
academic is
have that
equal.
potential, of course.
Yes, academics is
Yeah,
equally important, so don't let that go away. Try to keep a
equally.
balance just like ma'am has done, and see, that's the trick to be a legendary boxer, a sports person worth emulated by millions of people across the globe. I next welcome on board our panelist, Dr. Pankaj. Sir, I would request you to please start your video.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah, ma'am.
yes.
Yeah, ma'am. A very good evening to you, ma'am.
Good evening,
So I'll be very quick in asking this question. You just said that it's easy to become a champion for the first time, but it gets very
Yes.
difficult to be a champion for second time, third time, and for you, it's 6 times world champion. That's really great.
Yeah.
So you're a champion, but I'm sure you'd have those days when you really don't want to go out and train. You don't feel like it. And today I don't want to do it. But those are the days I'm sure you would have motivated yourself to go out and still go and do it. It comes naturally for somebody, for a champion like you, but we all common people don't have that kind of motivation. So what is that one trick that you have that you use to get you out of the bed and get into the training ground, and how can we or other children that you're watching you learn from that?
Yeah, well, what I did in my life, of course, I have already become a one-time world champion, two-time world champion, and at the same time, what I today I just want to tell you is, um in boxing we have already fight so many competition, like official world championship, Asian championship, and other international championship tournament. And what give that the hunger, to me is that the initially a couple of a year women boxing was not introduced in Olympic games, and it was not introduced in Asian games, even all the games, Commonwealth games and all. So I was hunger that at least I already become a champion one time, two time, but I don't want to, finish my career not like that, to become just only the champion in other official tournament. But I really want to become a champion in the games as well. So I was waiting for that, when will be in women boxing will include in the games. So fighting so many years, and finally women boxing including Asian games in 2010. And Asian games, even my weight was not included. Actually, I have to fight in a higher category. I was already champion in 48 category, 47, 48 category. And my weight was not there, and I have to fight in a higher category. The smallest category was 51 category. So again I was shifting in 51 category, go higher and fight. That is the hunger which I have. So I keep fighting until unless I'm not getting all the medals, in the games. Like, of course, Olympic Games, the highest,
Absolutely.
everyone is there dreaming to get the medal in Olympic.
Yep.
And if possible, goal is, our dreams. That will, that is all. I was dreaming that to get the Olympic gold medal, but could not be. But I already have a bronze in my hand and Asian gold medals in my hand. I have Commonwealth golds in my hand, 6-time gold, in my hand, world champion.
Absolutely.
It's that hunger actually. If we have hunger, till you can, you can fight and you can. I think you can win anything.
Absolutely, ma'am. I think if once you realize your true calling, your true passion, there's nothing stopping you, because that's self-motivation that gets you out of the bed. And ma'am, your medals, more than medals, your life is the medal for the country, and you are the medal, the biggest medal that India can get. So thank you so much for such honors that you have, laurels that you brought to the country. I now welcome on board Lieutenant Colonel Shikha Yadav to please have a conversation with ma'am.
Greetings to everyone present. It is my honor to be sharing the screen space with none other than the youth icon, Magnificent Mary.
Thank you, Sika.
Ma'am, you are an inspiration to the younger generation, strength to the women fraternity, and of course, you are the pride of the nation. And today I represent a large number of admirers and followers from our organization that you are having. And I'm sanguine that your journey of relentless journey will continue motivating the younger generation. I do not have any questions to you, just admiration. And listening to you, I can relate to a lot of aspects of your life. And I remember Robert Frost's poem, The Road Less Taken. So I know you've traveled the road less taken, and that is what makes it. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you for your words. Thank you so much.
Much, Lieutenant Colonel Shikha Yadav, for your inspiring journey and giving us the opportunity. Next in line, we have Dr. Shalini, Samina ma'am, if that's right.
That's true.
Yes. So I now invite Dr. Shalini to come on board. Ma'am, I would request you to, start your camera. All right. There we have her.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Andy Anil for organizing such a fantastic seminar with the one and only Mary Kom.
Thank
you. And ma'am, I'd like to tell you that once your biopic was released, my children were very small, but I took them to watch it because it was a story of your life. More than a sports person, I think as a human being, the struggle that has been shown in the movie about your life has been an absolute inspiration. I was a sports person myself, so was my daughter. And for us, women who are into sports are something else. Yeah. And I think one thing everybody, I think, should be playing sports is because one thing sports persons have is the attitude of never give up.
Yes.
And your life story is totally about that. And it's an absolute inspiration for all of us women, as also we've talked about it. But more than that, I'd also like to congratulate Dr. Andy Anil again for this initiative of Disha Kiran, because I believe, as somebody has said, the education is everything. The caterpillar, the butterfly was once a caterpillar. So here, I think all aspects of mentoring, of guidance, of support, and of showing the right direction, everything comes together in Disha Kiran, and which is so much, which I'm sure has been so much a part of your journey also, as you've told us. So I'd really like to congratulate them and thank you so much for being on board and being with us today, ma'am. It's been an absolute honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am. Now, could you please introduce our next panelist?
So our next guest panelist is Mrs. Rehana Ali. May I please request you to put your video on? She has something wonderful to say to Mary Kom.
Adab to everyone, and a very special adab to a very special person whom I have never imagined that I'll be able to share the screen with. So ma'am, thank you so much. It is such a great pleasure to seeing you and talking and listening to you. As educationists, We believe in holistic learning and encouraging the child to recognize and pursue her passion, vision, interest, values, and later on profession as a professional, purpose. And Mary Kom is the perfect example of this vision. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving this vision to our children.
Thank you.
And with your admirable hard work and determination, you have made your ambition and passion a reality. Your achievements live through history and golden milestones, and your contributions and your aspirations really inspire our children, whether they are our underprivileged girls or the normal regular school girls. Since we are from Lucknow, तो मैं आपके नजर एक शेर कर रही हूँ जो कि सिर्फ आप ही के लिए है.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
हजार नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा. आपके जैसे दीदावर
Ma'am, I again, the technology takes us.
Only thing is, difficult to convince their parents they can be do in this regard. So because they feel unless you give them a lot of nutritious food and opportunities, they'll not be able to excel. तो आपका उसके बारे में क्या कहना है? Underprivileged girls को कैसे उभारा जा सकता है?
Thank you so much, Rihanna Lee, ma'am. And of course, मैं भी बहुत गरीब underprivileged घर से मैं पैदा हुआ हूँ, आया हूँ, और मैं आज कैसे आया हूँ, क्या खा के क्या चैंपियन बना. बहुत सारे लोग ये भी क्वेश्चन भी हो सकता है. I think there will be so many questions for that also, because mostly underprivileged child kids are they could not able to have good nutrition, good diet, good food as well. But today I'm telling you, मैं भी गरीब फैमिली से पैदा हुआ हूँ, और मैं मुश्किल से दोनों टाइम खाना मिला, लंच डिनर. इसमें कुछ नाश्ता का नहीं है, स्नैक्स का नहीं है. There is no any breakfast and snacks in the evening at all, even daytime at all. So what I was thinking, what I was doing, I'm becoming from humble background. I have that, willpower. I have willpower, fighting, for my, of course, for me, for my family. Always I was thinking is a positive way. If I don't have a good nutrition, if I don't have a not good diet or nothing at all, but at least I have 2 food in a day. तो इसमें मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि मैं मेरा जान जी लगा के जान दे के.
I think we're facing some technical glitch here from the ma'am side. So in the meanwhile, I would just say, I would request my colleague, Honey, to start the video of a little girl who is as inspiring and wants to share a message with Madam Mary Kom.
My name is Nikita, and today I will tell you about Mary Kom. Mary Kom is a beautiful boxer from Manipur. She is also called Magnificent Mary. She has won many medals for the country. We love you, Mary Kom. You are India's pride. I want to be like Mary Kom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that was really cute. And on what Rehana ma'am has asked Madam Mary Kom, and ma'am was talking about her journey coming from a humble background, I think we would simply say that अगर हम कहें कि कायनात में कोई आप जैसा होगा नहीं ना है कभी, तारीफ ये भी तो सच है कुछ भी नहीं. She's been such a great inspiration, like no words can suffice for the passion and willpower and the struggles that she's had. And to give ma'am a little breather, because she's been enthralling the audience with her honest and really heartfelt replies, we would now leave our audience with a cute, candid video, and then we will resume our open house with the questions from the audience. So thank you so much, all the panelists. Here's the video.
Hello everyone, I'm Mahir Bardwaj from Chester, England, and I have used the Disha Kiran app and I did the personality test on it. It was easy to use and helped me decide my subjects. I urge everyone to use the Disha Kiran app. Thank you.
I would now request time for the questions of our participants. So I would now request our co-founder and CEO, Dr. Andy Anil, to please come on board and present questions to ma'am. Ma'am's video, yes, we're facing some difficulties in connecting ma'am's video.
Yeah, I'm just connecting to Mary ma'am.
Okay. So in the meantime, I would thank all the panelists for presenting your beautiful and insightful questions to Madam. And a big thank you goes out to Madam Mary Kom for honestly answering and taking the due sweet time to answer those questions, because for us, this means the world. So when you have a legend like Madam Mary Kom joining you and answering the personal questions, and I think most of the questions presented by the audience have also been catered to in the questions asked by the panelists. So it makes for a whole room of a lot of things. Yes, I think we have the connection back. 1 minute. Yes, yes, ma'am. So sorry, I think.
So sorry for the.
Not at all, ma'am. I think
maybe because of the network.
Yeah. Ma'am, we don't want to lose you ever. So all these little. So over to you, Andy sir and ma'am.
So ma'am, some people who have joined us as attendees, they have asked some questions. So there's a girl who's asked a wonderful question. Her name is Avigna. She's asked a question. Have you ever fought a boxing bout with a man and beaten him?
Yes, I do. When I yes, I do, because during my Olympic preparation, it was long time back. That is 2012 London Olympic. I was, having a sparring with the men heavier than me and stronger than me and taller than me, because I don't have much about experience in 51 category, because women boxing just introduced in Olympic just 2 years. I already champion in 48 category, but I never fought in 51 category for the last 2 years. Because women boxing is just introduced in 2 years in the Olympic Games, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games and all. So I have to training with the boys, then so that I can able to fight with the 51 heavy. I mean, that is maybe taller than me, stronger than me, because I have to gain my weight. That is not the natural.
Yes.
That is not the natural weight category. That's what I was planning. So many strategy planning as well. So that's what winning a medal in the Olympic in the first
I think
2012.
this statement will inspire many people that during your preparation, you have beaten a lot of men in boxing.
Yeah.
These kids are inspired by this. Now we have one more question from
Sure.
Nukur Nayak. He has asked what you have probably partly answered, that what professions will your kid be joining? Will your kids become boxers, or do you think, like you mentioned, they all have different personalities? Will any one of
Yes.
them any one of them has any liking towards boxing?
Right now, what I have noticed to them is not a boxing at all. Maybe my daughter must be. I believe that, but she will follow my footstep. But boys are not following yet. They are other other interests like badminton, football. So men's are boys are not.
Oh, great, great.
Thank you.
Next question is from Vijay Sharma. He says that the kind of life you have led, you have faced so many difficulties, pressures. How do you get away the stress which you get before a bout or before a tournament or before? There must be a lot of stress. What is your
Yeah.
mantra of getting the stress away from you?
Well, that is when I have, strong opinions. Then only, then I have a little bit stress. Maybe how do I going to, fight with her, and how can I will fight with her, and that is something, of course, mentally a little disturbed, and really, and that time what I do is nervous, whether I'm going to fought properly or not, I'm going to win or not. That is so many comes in my mind. So that stress, that tension, maybe what I do is I keep listening music. I love to listen. I love listening that music every time, everywhere, and when I have a little stress or tension, then I started listening music.
Oh, great, great.
So all gone,
Music,
stress gone, everything gone.
yeah, music is a good de-stressor. So I will not get into
Yeah.
which music do you like, but we have last question from the attendees. There's a one girl, 15 years old. Her name is Bhuvna. She says, I am 15 years old and I want to play badminton professionally, but my
Okay.
family does not support me. What should I do?
Okay.
This question is from Facebook Live. So her family does
Uh-huh.
not support her and
Doesn't.
she wants to play. What should she do?
Well, even I also have the same problem. I initially, even when I start boxing, I'm scared. I'm scared to tell my family, to inform, to my family. Very scared. Even I hiding everything. I already started boxing. I started a week ago, and I could not tell them, because boxing is most dangerous game rather than other games, and what I was doing is already I played state champion, and later on they got to know that in the newspaper only, so that they 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 started, they fired to me. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? who will take responsibility when you got injured, this and that. So many things, happen in my life. But what I do, I don't know in your life, maybe it works, it will work or not work. But I'm telling you, that is, your parents must love you. You love your parents. You love you, love to you as well. And what I want to say to you is, just request them, just convince them slowly. They must not aware much about you. Just nicely you can convince, properly, the way, you have to talk differently. I mean, I don't know what to say.
No,
So
I
how to convince
got
is,
your point. Mary ma'am, I
yeah,
got your point. What you're trying to say is that, like in your case, your parents came to
yeah,
know newspaper. So firstly, the
yes,
first point is that prove that you are good at that sport. And secondly,
yeah.
slowly and in the right manner request your parents and keep requesting
Yes,
till they get.
yes, that is, even my parents, after already state champion, they are not allowed me. They are not allowed. My mother doesn't say anything. She is always with me, and father is so strict, and always keep telling me that you can't do this. You can't, if you get. I mean, what my father is worried, that is about the financially, actually. We are a lot of lacking in financial problems. So who will bear for that? Who will bear for you if you get any injured, this and that, and so that is the worry for my parents. But I don't think this boomer, what is the name of the girl,
Bhuvna,
and
Bhuvna.
Puna. So I think you definitely, you just request only, not one time, not only two time, or प्यार से, that is, you have to प्यार से समझाना, प्यार से बताना, that only definitely they love you. Why they will ignore you in your interest, in your passion, wants to do you to follow. I think ये नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah,
One day definitely they will
yeah, I
support you.
got your answer, and a lot of other kids will get very encouraged by this. Now we have to
Yeah.
put this thing on behalf of all the team Disha Kiran, all the eminent panelists and all attendees. Ma'am, I would like to thank you very much for being a part of our journey and for spending your time today. It has been an absolute pleasure.
No problem at all. I'm so happy, delighted as always.
I want to mention here for everyone, when I met ma'am for the first time, it was about 6 months back when we met at her place. More than being a world champion, 6 times a national icon, I think as a human being, you surpass all boundaries. You are such a wonderful human being. You come across as a person who everyone wants to emulate. I was very fortunate that we met. Now, to conclude the session, I'll request if our company's chief psychology officer can conclude the session. Vinita, is she around? If she's available now, I think I'll request her to conclude the session today. And on behalf of everyone, I'm so grateful to you for being here with us and part of this journey. Today, you have inspired all the people who are attending this and everyone who will watch this. Is Vinita there?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Andy, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, please unmute. Vinita, ma'am.
Unmute.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible. Okay, I think her video is frozen. Ma'am, I'll request you to turn off your video and then the connectivity would be back.
I think there's a technical glitch there. So never mind. I know what she was going to say. That being a psychologist, she was going to say that you have impacted not just the hearts but also the minds of people today. Thank you, ma'am. Inspiring. On behalf of everyone in this webinar, we are indebted to you for today. We wish you all the best for future. Last thing, I had a conversation with Mary ma'am on telephone yesterday, and she told me about her dreams to fight the Commonwealth and the Asian Games in coming times. I'm so happy to hear that, and we will see her bouts, and we wish her all the best for her future bouts. Keep inspiring.
Thank you.
You are awesome. You are the best, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Disha. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Mary ma'am. I think the words fall short
Thank you so much
to describe the person that you are. Like I said, आपके जैसा कायनात में कोई होगा नहीं, and we can't fish out words from the dictionary because the dictionary has ended. The moment we start looking things to praise you, I think we will have to invent new words, and those would still not be enough because the passion that you have, and we also understand that you have lots of commitments to keep up to. So we won't hold you for long. We would say the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but you have commitments to keep. And miles to go before you sleep, and miles to go before you sleep. But just before you leave, can you just say a couple of words, a final message to all the students, all the parents, and the educators who joined us today?
The final message from me is, of course, we have so many dreams in our life. I know every children have dreams. Even my three sons also have the dream, and I always wish and pray to achieve what you have dreamed. And the last thing what I want to mention, that if you ever if you want to achieve in your life, that is keep fighting, never give up. Keep fighting, never give up. That is always, a message given across the world. And now also, I just want to give you that if you have that patience, keep fighting, never give up. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was unbeatable MC Mary Kom for everyone. So thank you so much for joining us today. And she says goodbye, but don't you cry because there's more coming from her in this video for all of you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mary Kom, ma'am.
Love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And therefore, now I would request all the attendees and the panelists, a big warm thank you to all of you. I would request my colleague to paste a link in the chat box where you all can share your feedback and ask your queries to the team, Disha Kiran, by filling up this feedback form and avail this goodie that is flat 75% off on our app and the website. So do take the test because like we always say, the wind beneath your wings is strong and you're ready to hitch your wagon to stars. So let Disha Kiran be the wind beneath your wings because your flight will be to the stars till then. So please enjoy, and I hope you all have a lovely time with us today. So a big thank you once again to Madam Mary Kom, to Andy Anil sir, to Clarence, to all the panelists that we had, all the eminent educators taking out time and joining us today, and the participants who've joined us on Facebook and Zoom. So thank you, and that's where we close today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kulpreet sir. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.